Welcome to the Horror Friendly Podcast.
It's not over till that bitch is dead.
Let's delve into that a bit deeper.
I'm going to be like the peacekeeper between you two tonight.
Don't fuck with the original.
Yeah, don't fuck with the original.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Horror Friendly Podcast, part of the You Run Podcast Network. My name is Katie, and I am joined by my wonderful co-host, Chantal. Hi, Chantal.
Hi.
So we're going to be doing something a little different for you guys for the next month or so. We've decided to do a little mini-series covering some of the incredible films showcased at the UK Film Festival FrightFest. We're so excited to introduce you to these films and give you a bit of insight, our insight, and who knows, maybe we'll be joined by some special guests along the way. Thanks so much for listening and enjoy.
Okay, so our third film is going to take us a completely different direction. Again, a lot of fun, this one, but it is called Members Club. So I don't know about you, Katie. I don't know if anything came to mind when you heard Members Club, if you were expecting this. But directed by Marc Coleman, starring Dean Kilby, Perry Benson, Steve Orman, and Peter Andre. The full Monty goes all the way with full horror and hilarity, where old members are more than welcome. Wet Dreams, a middle-aged male stripper group that has hit rock bottom after a string of disastrous gigs, the gang considers disbanding. Alan, the group's happy-go-lucky frontman, takes over the business and books the boys a lucrative and mysterious gig in rural Essex. But when the group arrive at the desolate club, their night quickly takes a dark turn when they find themselves tangled up in a plot to raise a murderous 16th century witch from the dead. I'm so glad this is the thing, I'm slightly gutted I've just read such a long description. Because I'm so glad I didn't know anything about what this film was about. I didn't watch a trailer. I didn't read a description. I came in not knowing what to expect, and I couldn't have been more pleased.
Honestly, yeah, it was just, I don't even know where to start with this film.
I had so much fun with this film.
Yeah, we were lucky enough to watch it together, which was even more fun because we had a lot of drinks in us. We had a lot of food. Like, we were ready to watch this film. We were
in the right headspace.
Yes.
Maybe if we'd watched it alone, we'd have been like, what is this? I don't think we would. I think it's so much fun. Like, it just pokes fun at itself. It pokes fun at kind of just a bit of everything. But like the actors in it are just so up for a laugh. You can just imagine how much fun this was to film.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just really gives you a good vibe.
It does. Yeah, it was so fun. And you're right, actually. I don't think it necessarily needed like the pizza party vibe or anything like that. Like, I think like just watching it on your own, you could still enjoy it. Yeah. And as you say, I think the comedy aspect of it like really won it over for me. I thought they were all so funny, and it's such a fucking good idea for a horror film. Like,
I can't believe this hasn't been done before.
I know.
But even without, I say, we've obviously read it and given that bit away, like the murderers. I'm kind of tempted to read it again without that bit. But even without, like,
well, that's out there publicly, so
it's out there publicly. But it's one of those, like, I almost want people to not know anything about this and just go in.
You know what though? Like, I knew that plot before watching, and even still, like, the film shocked me, and there were so many funny, amazing things in it. I mean, there's one line I think you even wrote down that someone says in the film.
There is actually a line in this that says, "It's cock o'clock."
So if that doesn't make you want to watch it.
I did write down, I was like, this is so quotable.
I've got some news that's going to blow your cocks off.
But I was like, I don't want to write anything down that's going to give it away. But cock o'clock, who fucking knows what that means? It's so good. And it's their dedication to their craft as strippers is amazing. And it's just, even the beginning, like the opening kind of scenes, you're seeing them obviously a bit run down, so they get themselves into stupid situations. That kind of makes it sound like it goes on for a lot longer than it does, but it's just like, again, it's just really typical. I could almost picture this being real, like, because I know, like, what do they call them? Like Chip and Dale dancers and that were a lot bigger once upon a time, and now it's kind of not as big a thing. Like, I don't think you don't really go to like a full Monty show anymore. Oh no, I say actually, I lie. Magic Mike's kind
Magic Mike, I guess. Yeah.
yeah, that kind of brought it back around. But for a long time, it wasn't really like a thing. You'd get like a stripper, you wouldn't get a group of them. So I just think this was such a different idea. Whereas, like, I don't know about you, talk about us ruining childhood films. I watched the Full Monty like growing up.
Yeah.
What my parents were thinking, because not even just the stripping, the language in that film. No wonder I swear the way I do. I'm like, that's awful. So yes, ruining more of my childhood films.
Absolutely, yeah. Oh God. It's just so good. It's so funny.
I did write down as well. I was he's in the cast, Peter Andre. Like,
what the fuck?
Okay,
Hi, we'll take it.
mysterious boy, where are you coming from? But also, again, as we said, Dean Kilby is in this, playing a completely different character. So just a coincidence we happen to watch two of his films very close together. Like, yeah, what range he's got, because other end
of the scale. Yeah, like he was great in both, but he was like obviously funny in this one. Just everything about his character was just so it was just fucking funny. Like everything about it. Like
I just remembered one scene, but I can't even say what it was. But it cracked me up.
But yeah, no, so yeah, the range on him is awesome, and just the cast that they pulled together for this was great. And
I do think sometimes it's harder to be funny. Like, it's harder to act funny without it being so ridiculous or so stupid. This actually just it has the right balance between like funny and horror, and yeah, just a lot.
Yeah.
So absolutely fair play to them there. I also put there were surprisingly emotional scenes for like a dark comedy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
for sure. Yeah, it was nice that they sort of got to incorporate that as well within it. But coming from such a funny sort of subject and such an outrageous like horror comedy, that they can incorporate kind of touching scenes in there as well.
It's cock o'clock. Now I'm gonna make you cry. Like,
yeah.
What? Again, even just the range in this film alone was incredible. It's just, there was also like a bit at the ending that you and I kept debating, because I misheard it at one point. So there was a character, and there's kind of like a running joke about him, but I misheard it at the beginning. So I was like, wait, is something going to happen later? And you were like, no, it's definitely something else. And so I think even just like those little bits, if you rewatch it, it was only because I misheard it I figured it out. So if you're like me and you mishear it, you'll have an insight. But yeah, I think that like some little cheeky bits are put in there that if you rewatch it, you'll be like, nice.
Yeah,
I see what you did there. I don't even know. I don't know what to say without giving.
I know. Well, like, yeah, like literally I was about to sort of talk about the top moment for me or the spooky moment, and they're all running through my brain, but I don't want to say any of them because like you guys need to watch this film. You know what I will say is that Members Club is was fully sold out for the screens for FrightFest. So that kind of says everything. It's so fucking good.
Which is hilarious because like people, don't know what they're going to see.
No.
It sounds like it.
But I was just intrigued in it from what I'd seen of it. I'd seen posters of it and I'd heard about the description, and I was just like, I'm instantly hooked. So I think, an awesome concept. And I think that's what people are thinking. And yeah, again, I can't wait to hear people's thoughts on this if they have seen it at FrightFest, because it deserves to get the recognition.
Really does. It's just so much fun. I did also write down, we were trying to figure out who it was, and I still can't tell you, but there was the SFX in this is pretty good. There's one bit that, oh my god, it actually nearly made me gag. And then there's other bits. Yeah, I say if anyone knows, like, has figured out, they may know what I'm referring to. But other bits like just were really good. I could not figure out. Some of the makeup looks very heavily influenced by another film, but it's been 3 days and I cannot tell you what the other film is.
Oh,
It's still bugging me. And what's annoying is as soon as we finish recording, I'll be like, that was it. So if anyone's watching this and you'll go, oh, that character looks a bit like this, please let me know, because it's been driving me insane. And you'll know it's the right character because it's one that's very heavily in SFX compared to the other characters. But it's been driving me mad. I can't think where it's come from. But I think it was good. It was, again, a little bit over the top, but I think it was supposed to be. Because, again, it's like a curse. We know it's like a 16th century witch.
yeah.
Oh, actually, yeah, I can't say witch because that's already given away. So if you can figure out what the witch looks like, because it's driving me mad.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. I think it's a combination of like lots of different characters in horror, but we'll let you guys decide. And yeah, well, let's see.
Yeah, that was a long ramble just to realize I can say the word witch. And I also put there were some really great camera angles and cuts. Like you and I were sat next to each other going, that was nicely done. So even from that side, like they thought about this. They literally thought about like all the angles, all the cuts, and like,
Yeah.
It's really well done. It's a lot of fun.
The cuts really kind of like emphasize the comedy as well, like in certain scenes where you were kind of skipping to a tense bit where you didn't know what was going to happen, and then it went to some, you know what I mean, but it just went to another scene which was completely unserious, and that was so funny and so clever the way that they cut that.
Oh, it keeps hitting me again. I can't wait to share this with people. I really can't. Like once this episode is out, I think we'll double check release dates and everything. But once it's released, I cannot wait to actually sit down with some friends and show them the beauty that is this film. Are you able to give us a spooky wow moment without giving anything away?
Spooky wow moment. Without giving anything away, I don't think so. So we'll have to go with general. Again, to be fair, I think the SFX was really good on this. God, how to say this without to be fair, I'm gonna say the cast. Like there wasn't any kind of like member or character that I don't think did. I think they all did an incredible job. Their comedic timing was like on point. They were all funny in their own way. They all had their own kind of personality. So I think you've got to hand it to them. I think they 100% made this film.
Yeah.
Especially the main lads. I think they were great. Yeah, what about you? Is there something that, I mean, obviously there's a lot that's coming to mind right now, but
honestly, this whole last 5-10 minutes has just been in my head, like different scenes popping up, and it's making it really hard to talk about. Talk about it. Can I say there's a scene with a frog, and that's my
okay
moment? Like that's not giving anything away.
No, it's not. No,
that's
fucking unbelievable.
Because I think as well that just shows the comedic timing and how good these actors are at being funny. And again, like that comedy timing is so hard to get right, and I think that scene just nailed it. And it just
awesome film.
With all of that going on, everyone's now like, why the fuck is there a frog? And yes, that is the correct
Yep,
great. Yes, who would you recommend? Oh, sorry, I keep skipping ahead. What are you going to give this Spookies out of 5?
I'm going to give this a 5 Spookies. There's nothing I would change about this film. I'd love to watch it again. I really would just want to show everyone it. I think everyone needs to see it. Obviously, this comes out after FrightFest, so I really hope. I mean, it has obviously got the recognition it deserves. It's sold out, and I hope everyone enjoys it as much as we've enjoyed it. 5. You?
I kind of like I literally said we're going to keep giving them the same and look like we don't have our own opinions, but it's just such a good film.
No, we just agree, Tal. We're not going to agree probably for, you know, we're covering a lot of these films. So
yeah, we will eventually have a difference of opinion, but this is just so good. It's so fun.
Yeah.
I think you kind of did just sum it up. That we want everyone to see it. So who would recommend it to? If you're over the age of 18, you should be watching this film.
Yeah. If you like witchy films, if you like the Full Monty, if you like comedy horror, if you like Shaun of the Dead, that kind of vibe, like watch it.
Just just everyone. But even there, where it's like, again, because it's Full Monty, if there's any guys who are like, oh, I don't want to watch that, fucking watch it. You're doing yourself a disservice if you don't. Like, it's so funny. It is for
100%. It is. It's awesome.
And I think we're going to leave it there because we can't keep talking about this film because I am going to end up accidentally giving things away. But no, absolutely. Well done, Marc Coleman, director. Fucking brilliant. And everyone else involved. I only have limited names here. But honestly, it's so good.